Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something huge, a massive shift in how we find anything online. We're talking about moving beyond that classic list of blue links and into a brand new world of AI-generated answers. And guess what? It requires a whole new playbook. So let's just jump right in with a big question, shall we? Because the world of search is going through a seismic shift right now. If your entire strategy is still just about climbing the ranks on a results page, you might be playing a game that's already over. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to walk you through this new landscape. We'll kick things off with the search revolution that's happening right now. Then we'll define this new acronym, GEO. We'll put it head-to-head with the old SEO rules, peek under the hood at how AI actually thinks, and then wrap it all up with how to actually build your content for the future. All right, so first up, why is this even happening? What's the big deal? Well, it all boils down to a fundamental change in what search engines are even trying to do anymore. Think about it this way. For decades, a search engine was like a librarian, right? It pointed you to the right section, the right book. Now, these AI-powered engines want to be the expert who's already read all the books and can just tell you exactly what you need to know. They synthesize everything and just give you a direct response. And that right there is the key. It's all about our expectations as users. We want answers, and we want them now. The goal isn't to find the best web page anymore, it's to get an immediate, useful answer. And that's exactly why traditional SEO, which is all built around ranking those web pages, is starting to feel a little, well, dated. Okay, so if the old way is on its way out, what's the new way in? Well, it's a whole new discipline, and it's called Generative Engine Optimization, or for short, GEO. Now, GEO isn't about trying to trick an algorithm with a bunch of keywords. It's really about becoming a trusted source. It's the art and the science of making your content so crystal clear, so well structured, and so authoritative that an AI engine looks at it and says, yup, that's the good stuff. I'm using that to build my answer. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the change in thinking. You're not just trying to get someone to click a link anymore. You're aiming for something way more powerful. You want your brand, your information, your expertise to become the answer that AI gives. It's a huge leap from just being visible to being the authority. So to really see the difference, let's put the old and the new side by side. SEO versus GEO, the old guard versus the new. The differences are pretty stark, and they change everything, from how you write to how you even know if you're winning. Okay, look at this. With good old SEO, the primary goal was page ranking. The thing you cared about was the web page, and success meant getting traffic. Simple enough. But with GEO, it's a totally different ballgame. The goal is answer synthesis. The unit isn't a whole page. It's a tiny specific snippet of information. And success? It's all about being cited in that final answer. We're moving from just focusing on keywords to building this rich, deep context. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. If you want to win at GEO, you gotta start thinking like the AI. You see, these new engines, they're not just scanning for keywords. They're evaluating your content on a much deeper level, and it all comes down to 4 key pillars. These are the big 4. These are the pillars that decide if your content is good enough to be used in an AI answer. We've got entity clarity, structural readiness, context completeness, and source trust. Let's quickly break down what those actually mean. So first up, entity clarity. It just means being super specific. Don't say cars when you really mean electric vehicles. Second, structural readiness. This is all about making your content easy for machine to read. We're talking clear headings, nice lists, things like that. Third is context completeness. You've got to cover a topic from all the important angles, not just one little slice of it. And finally, source trust. Are you backing up what you say? Are you citing credible sources? You have to prove you're an authority. All right, so we know the what and the why. Now, how do we actually do this? How do you create content that an AI is actually going to love? This right here, this might be the most important mental shift for anyone creating content. Your job is no longer to write a super long article hoping it ranks. Now, your job now is to create these clean, concise, easy to grab blocks of information that an AI can confidently lift or extract and use directly in an answer. And please, whatever you do, don't fall into this trap. A lot of people think they can just sprinkle some AI tools on top of their old SEO process and call it a day. It just doesn't work like that. GEO is a fundamentally different discipline. You have to think about it from the ground up, right from the very beginning. And because the game has changed, the scoreboard has to change too, right? Just looking at website traffic doesn't really tell the whole story anymore. The new key metrics are things like how many times is our brand getting mentioned in AI answers? How often are we being cited as a source? Does the AI associate our name with the topics we care about? That's what matters now. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds, well, a little complicated. And honestly, it is. Making sure every single piece of content checks all these technical boxes is a huge lift. And that's exactly why we're starting to see new, specialized platforms popping up to help bridge this gap. This is where a platform like GEO comes into the picture. It's a tool designed specifically to make this whole process manageable. It basically handles all the heavy technical lifting for you, embedding that strategic geo structure right into your workflow, and giving you a ready-to-publish framework for this new era. And this quote just perfectly sums up the end goal here. The idea isn't to sound like a robot. It's to let the tools handle the machine-perfect technical stuff in the background, freeing up your team to do what they do best, creating amazing content with your authentic human-grade brand voice. So as we wrap this up, the big takeaway is this. The shift to answer engines isn't some far-off future thing. It's happening right now. And the question we all need to be asking ourselves is no longer, how do we rank? It's, is our content ready to be the answer? Because in this new age of search, being the source, that's the only ranking that's truly going to matter.